Welcome. I'm Dreyer. The lesson for today is about forgiveness. Forgiveness is not just about letting go of the hurt and the anger, but it's a process of healing and growth. It's about releasing yourself from the prison of resentment and opening a new possibility of love, joy, and peace. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools that you can use in order to become a modern day alchemist. It's to free yourself from the burden of negative emotions and past hurts. And by doing that, you can move forward with a renewed sense of purpose and positivity. It is crucial because otherwise we keep ourselves enslaved and we keep on repeating this hurt that we've built up. Forgiveness is not just an act of kindness towards others, but I think more importantly, and what we miss sometimes, it's also an act of kindness towards ourselves. By forgiving yourself and others, you release yourself from the shackles of self-blame, self-criticism, and guilt. Forgiveness is not about forgetting or condoning the actions of others, nor is it a sign of weakness or lack of justice. Forgiveness is the choice to let go of the negative emotions associated with the past and move towards a brighter future. In the power morphing course that we've got at the Wealth Creators Method, I'm taking my students through that process to understand those resistors, those things that keep us enslaved to, let's call it our environment, and to who we are. Unless we are prepared to let that energy flow by forgiving ourselves for the so-called mistakes that we've made, or forgiving others for what we perceive to be mistakes. Unless that's going to happen, that emotion, that energy cannot flow. There is no ways, my friend, that you can be a modern day alchemist and do the things on an energetic level that we are doing if you are not prepared to understand and to let go and to forgive yourself, this that has happened in the past, as well as those that maybe you don't even like at this stage. So you're not going to move towards a better future unless you do that. By forgiving, you open yourself to new opportunities and experience. It's a new life that opens the moment that you understand how to let go of that keeps you where you are. And in the process, you free yourself from that enormous emotional baggage that is holding so many people back. Maybe here's a small task that can help you with this quality. Today, take a moment to reflect on the negative emotions that you might be holding towards someone or even towards yourself. And most of the cases, you're going to find that it's towards yourself. Write down your feelings and try to identify the underlying cause of those emotions. That's what we do with the resistor removal process, where we first identify what are those things that keeps you from moving forward. And then how do we release, how do we restore that energy so that the energy can flow? And it's that energy that we're then going to use on the mental level to convert that energy into whatever we want. In other words, into our environments that includes the house that you stay in, or the cars that you drive, or the furniture that you've got, all your environment. That is through energy that we created. But if that energy is blocked, then it cannot happen. So once you start with this process, I want you to visualize yourself of letting go of those emotions, and then at the same time, replacing them with positive ones like love, joy, and peace. I know that this process, what I've just described to you, is easier said than done. And that is why in the Wealth Creators Method, we take people through a process in order to get those things in place so that they can release that energy. And the joy and the happiness that I see when people understand that they can control something that have controlled them for so long, it is liberating, it's freedom. Here's some action steps that you can take to improve. Acknowledge your hurt or pain and allow yourself to feel those emotions. We want to bury them. We want to, like an ostrich, put our head in the sand and make as if it does not exist because, my friend, it hurts. So you must allow yourself to feel those emotions before we're going to start. Acknowledge it and then reflect on the situation and try to see it from the other person's point of perspective. What about forgiving ourselves? You see, we've done something in the past, but we've got a certain perception about that. And therefore, we feel so bad about it that we don't want to acknowledge it and we don't want to see the positive that has happened during that phase and during that moment. And therefore, we ignore it because we don't want to face it because of all the hurt. But the thing is, the moment that you understand the process and that you understand that there's positive as well as negative and it's part of the same wave, it's only the polarities where the charge is going to be. And all I have to do is to go through the process, to face that process, and to release that energy. The trick here is to decide to forgive and release those negative emotions. And that is where the bowel morphing process comes in. And that is, of course, if you think of taking this to the next level. Focus on the positive emotion and experiences that makes you feel happy and fulfilled. And then I want you to practice forgiveness regularly and maintain a positive mindset in a healthy emotional state. It's liberating to know that you are in control of your own emotions and that through the higher faculties of the mind power, the 6 mind powers that you've got, by using them in a very specific way and in a very specific state emotionally, you can free yourself from a lot of garbage, not only in terms of what other people have done to you, but also to what you've done to yourself. I know that it sounds easy, and I know that there's a lot of hurt out there, but you have to set yourself free. So if you want to share your experiences with forgiveness in the comments below, how has forgiveness helped you to become a better version of yourself? That's if you want to. Forgiveness is not just an act of kindness. Forgiveness is an act of strength. And by choosing to forgive, you release yourself from the emotional pain of the past and open yourself to new opportunities of growth and happiness. And remember, forgiveness is not a one-time event, but a process of healing and growth that can lead to an incredible and a bright future. Now, there's something that I'd like to remind you of, and that is that your beliefs and qualities and skills, that is what's going to determine your destiny. But those qualities, skills, and beliefs are formed in the here and the now. And this is the reason why I want to give this to you, hoping that you're going to incorporate them and hoping that you're going to use them to become the best version that you can be. So thank you so much for your time, and I'm going to see you in the next lesson.